What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You saw the thumbnail, that's why you're here. My wife and I have gone all electric. We have no gas-powered cars. I still have the Jeep Gladiator. I'm working on selling it. But for the first time on the channel, I'd like to introduce our Tesla Model X. Now, we bought this specific car for several reasons. Obviously, we have children, so I was not about to spend close to $100,000 on a brand new Tesla Model X. We were down to this or a minivan, and my wife and I really were happy with the Model 3 and decided to go all electric with the Model X. Our kids absolutely love it. The performance is there, the technology is there, the convenience is there, which is huge for us. So we're absolutely in love with this car, and we couldn't be happier we didn't go with the minivan. So the main reason we bought this specific car is, again, because it is a used car. And like I said, we've got young children, and funny story, we sold my wife's old car to CarMax, and they gave me a quote that they're gonna buy the car for. Unfortunately, when they saw it, they knocked off $600 because of the condition of the interior, and they were not talking about the condition of the passenger and driver seat. They're obviously talking about the back seat. The kids absolutely destroyed that car, and there was glue and slime and you name it was all in the back seat and in the carpets. So when it came down to buying a new car, I said we are absolutely not buying a brand new car. So we went with a used car and couldn't be happier. This is the 100D version, so it's got the dual motors. It's got plenty of power. This thing absolutely rips. I love driving this thing. Like I said, my kids love the acceleration. It's super fun. And one of the main reasons we bought this car is because I did not want my wife going to gas stations and things like that all by herself, going to get oil changes, things like that. So it's super convenient. We just charge right at home, plug it in, wake up in the morning, you're at 100% charge, and you can take this thing out and go. Range anxiety is not a real thing, at least not for us. We have not had any issues with this thing. It gets plenty of range. I'm gonna dive into the exact range it gets, how much it costs to charge, things like that. But I just wanted to get on here and share with you guys the all new car. I'm planning on doing a ton of videos with this thing, a lot of practical, real world videos, especially for parents with young children. We did end up going with the 222 variant, so there's obviously the driver, passenger, 2 captain chairs, and then 2 chairs in the back. We like that variation because it feels like there's more room, unlike a minivan where it's like it got a bench seat in the middle and you can't really get to the back seat super easily. This way we've got like a little walkway and our kids are able to get into the back seat by themselves. So it makes things super easy on me and my wife. So obviously this thing's got a ton of cool features. One of my favorite is the key fob. It actually controls the entire car, so you just double click here and the doors open. We love these Falcon Wing doors. In the beginning they were kind of much. You get to a place and they kind of open up and cause a scene. But they're actually very practical with young kids. Again, you just get in, the seats are right there. You're able to put the kids in, take them out. So it's super easy and convenient. Also, they act as a cover for the rain. So when it's raining, you just stand right under it and do whatever you got to do, which is super nice. And they fully open in our garage, which is super nice as well. And this thing's got a ton of storage. Let me show you guys the trunk and the front. All right, so we'll start with the front of the car again with the key fob. Double click the front. This thing opens. And unlike the Model 3, this thing's got a huge front. I mean, we basically don't even use the trunk. We use this more than we use the trunk. It is super deep and can hold a ton of stuff. Easily all of our groceries, a bunch of kids' toys and things like that. Right now, we don't have too much going on in there, but the thing is super deep. And for the back, you know the drill. Double click, opens up. Everything's power, which is super nice. So the trunk in the back is not massive, again, because it is a 3rd row. So you get this area. The nice thing about this is this part opens up and it's super deep in there, so you get a good amount of storage right there. Like I said, we haven't had any issues. Strollers, wagons, kids' toys, you name it, this car can hold it. So again, we have had no issues with storage, but we're absolutely in love with this thing. I want to show you guys the charging setup we have at home, so let's go over there and I want to show that to you right now. So like I said earlier, this thing's an absolute blast to drive. It obviously holds 6 adults, which is a good amount of people, and this thing absolutely hauls. Feels like a Porsche. Check this out. Let's get to a straightaway and send it. Oh my goodness, dude, this thing hauls. It literally just dips back and plunges you forward. It's absolutely insane, the power that these cars make. If you guys have not been in a Tesla, I highly recommend it. Also, if you guys are in the market for a Tesla, there's a link down below. If you guys use that, you get supercharging miles and I get referral points. So make sure you guys check out that link down below if you're in the market for a new Tesla. All right, guys, so there she is. Like I said, we still have the Jeep. I'm looking to get rid of it. If you guys are in the market or know anybody that's interested in a Jeep Gladiator, DM me on Instagram. I'm sure we can work out a good deal on this thing. But let me show you our current setup here. So obviously this is my Model 3 here. This is my daily commuter car, and obviously the Model X is the family hauler. But this is the trick that makes it all work. Check this thing out. Huge shout out to my dad and his cousin Samir for helping hook this thing up. So initially we were only gonna put one charger. This is a 220, so it charges these cars up super fast. This thing goes from like 10 or 20% to 80% in about 4 hours, which is insane. The X takes a little bit longer, but not too much. So when we were installing the hardware for this stuff, instead of putting just one charger, we decided to go with two because it wasn't too much more work or more money to install that one. So I did order an adapter just like this from Tesla. I've got the actual charger itself. So the idea is to, again, paint this wood area and then repaint this whole wall and have two chargers, one for the X, one for the 3, and have our own mini kind of like a like charging station here. So it's going to be super convenient. And what's nice about Tesla is you can actually schedule the charging. So the idea is going to be to charge these at night off peak when electricity is a little bit cheaper. So the idea is going to be to basically charge this car from say 9 p.m. to whatever 1 a.m. and then from the X from 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. or whatever the off-peak hours are. So you can actually stagger them, have them both plugged in, and start charging exactly when you want them to. Yeah, both cars fit in the garage. It's a pretty tight fit. I've got a little bit more customization to do. We've got a bunch of garbage and stuff left over from Christmas. Yeah, the idea is to keep this car as close as I can that way. Get rid of this fridge, get a little bit more room for the X. But currently they both fit pretty comfortably. The doors, again, for the X open all the way pretty easily, which is nice. So that is our current setup with the garage. So there you have it, guys. I just wanted to jump on here and again share our brand new car with you guys. We're absolutely in love with it. We love Tesla. If you guys are in the market for a new Tesla, check out the link below. Again, you guys get a little something, we get a little something, so it's a win-win if you're buying one anyway. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick video of our Tesla Model X. I've got plenty of more content coming with it. Guys, don't forget, don't be average. I'll see you guys in the next video.